All right. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing this morning? It's Bubba here. Monday morning Bubba. Up just for you guys. Coming to you from the great state of Texas in the panhandle of Texas from a town called Hereford, Texas. And what do they do in Hereford? Boy, it's a through fare for cross country freight. I know that. And they feed out cattle here before they send them to market. You can see a bunch of feed lots if you go on your Google Maps and look at the satellite view, you'll be able to see lots and lots and lots of feedlots around here. And the morning air is full of dried bovine fecal matter. So when you blow your nose to clear your sinuses, that's exactly what you're looking at. Anyway, I'm still on the road, so this is my mobile studio. The sound may not be as good and the lighting and all that stuff, but I'm here with you anyway. But I'd like to start today with something we don't talk about enough, and that's complacency, cloaked in confidence. There's nothing wrong with confidence. Confidence comes from experience. Confidence comes from doing good work. But if we're not careful, confidence turns into autopilot. And that's when we stop double checking, stop looking around, and stop asking what changed. And we start assuming today will be just like yesterday. And that's how good workers get hurt. Anyway, we'll talk about that some more, but let's do a quick roll call. Where are you headed this morning? What trade are you in? And how's the week starting out? It's Monday morning, yes indeedy. I still got the yawns myself. Old nasal and you know how it is when you get a certain age. It's a little harder to wake up. I've been up an hour trying to get ready for you guys, fooling with the lighting, messing it around here in the portable studio, the mobile studio, I should say. But anyway, how's it going today? Are you out picking up your guys? Swinging into the quick trip or the racetrack for a hot cup of coffee? Are you getting you a bite to eat? Are you swinging by the shop? Are you picking up tools and supplies for the workday? Starting your paperwork, your JHAs, and all that stuff. That's something I've got to do this morning. I've got to get in over there and do the because I forgot to do them on Saturday. Whew, boy, 7 day worked 7 days last week and 6 days. Oh, we didn't work but 5, but we only had 1 day off, and we had yesterday off, and we'll back at it for a full 6 days this week. So I'm out there with you guys today, putting in the time, working with a great bunch of fellas, making incredible progress, doing a great job. Proud to be with them. But anyway, as we were talking about earlier, confidence. Just remember, confidence should sharpen awareness, not replace it. And you hear some clicking in the background. That's the background music making itself known, and it's barely in there. Yeah. Phrase of the week. Phrase of the week. We gotta have a phrase of the week every week. Phrase of the week. Maintaining focus in dull moments. This week's phrase is maintaining focus in a dull moment. And there's going to be plenty of dull moments, when the job's running smoothly, particularly if you're, a spotter or a traffic control guy, a fire watch, a hole watch. Some of those jobs can be kind of dull. Everything's going smooth. everything's going right, and it's hard to stay focused. These are some of the most dangerous jobs. Aren't the exciting ones? They're routine jobs. Um, Looks like I got a little trouble with the stream, but anyway, the routine jobs, the fire watch, the spotter duty, traffic control, hole watch, equipment standby, nothing happens until it does. These roles exist because when something goes wrong, it goes wrong fast. So remember, you're important. And the danger isn't the task, it's the boredom. The risk isn't complacency, it's distraction. Staying focused when nothing seems to be happening is what separates professionals from statistics. The moment your job feels boring is the moment your job becomes boring. The moment your job feels boring is the moment your job becomes dangerous. Don't let boredom overtake you. Don't let boredom overrun you. It's tough. You got a tough job. You're out there, you're doing traffic control, and then all of a sudden, guess what? There's no traffic. So, and boredom becomes something, and you got that cell phone in your pocket. It's easy to reach into your pocket, take out the phone, and start scrolling. That's when it gets dangerous. Anyway, let me know where you're headed this morning. Let me know where you're going. Let me know where you've been. Anybody far away from home today? I know if you live in a town like in Atlanta, it always feels like you're far from home because it takes an hour to get anywhere in Atlanta. You can't go nowhere in 15 minutes anymore. Not in Atlanta. At home, I can get in the truck and be in the grocery store in 5 minutes? Maybe 10, because I'm a slow driver and I'm going down a dirt road. I used to live in a town outside of Atlanta there called Marietta, and I lived on Windy Hill Road. I was a young man, lived in an apartment right there at Windy Hill in 441 Cobb Parkway, whatever they call that darn thing. And my job was a half a mile away. And it took me 20 minutes to get there, even the back way. I said, by golly, I started walking. And then I got a bicycle. And I got to work faster on walking than I could have driving. It was amazing. The only bad part about it was if I wanted to go to lunch, I'd have to walk home. I'd take a sack lunch, solve that problem. Then I got the bicycle, right? I get on the bicycle and ride down there just a half a mile away to the fast food or to the sandwich shop. So it wasn't too bad at all. I had a heck of a time. I'm changing things here on the screen. All right. So where are you going this morning? What's going on, everybody? Hereford, Texas. We're out here working in I'm not going to name the company because I'm probably getting some kind of trouble, but it's a dog food plant. And we're tearing down an old manufacturing portion. I guess you could tell this thing been around a long time. Had a main building, and then it had several outbuildings built onto it as they expanded operations. It was actually built onto a house. They built a big old metal shed type structure. It was 40,000 square feet by the time they got said and done, added on to like a 1,200, 2,400 square foot 2-story house, and they started adding on. And there they go. And over the years, I guess 30 years, 40 years, it ended up being, cobbled together manufacturing facility, and it was probably inefficient. And so they decided it was time to reutilize that space, that ground space, so to say. They haven't talked about any kind of plans, but we're there to do the demolition, and that's what we're doing. And taking it down, the guys are doing a great job. We've got a crew of, I don't know, 8 guys, 9 guys total, including me. And taking it down and working with corporate safety. They're mostly engaged in manufacturing, so it's a little odd. They have different criteria, different safety standards, and we've blended together well, and working well, and we have to apply every day for a work permit that falls under my purview, with their corporate safety, along with submitting daily inspections, and the team will do their inspections, and I'll forward it along to the corporate guys. And then we have our own JHAs on a daily basis, and the stretch and flex, and their corporate representatives come down every morning and join our safety meeting, and everything's going great. And that's why I wanted to talk about this. We're building our confidence. Hell, we got swag, and that's why I'm talking about the confidence and how it can cloak complacency, and the dangers related to that. So today's, let's kind of tie it into today's safety snapshot. Routine task and watch duties. Fire watch, spotting, traffic control, hot watch. Now these exist because someone else is exposed. Conditions can change instantly, and seconds matters. And these are key reminders, and it's stay off your phone, keep your eyes moving, know what normal looks like so you can spot abnormal, and position yourself with an escape route. Speak up early, not after. It's tough. Like I said, you got nothing going on for a long period of time, and your mind, you can't put your mind at rest. But the thing to do is remain on watch. And it's and you can see it. It's and say we have a truck coming in to pick up demolition debris or scrap iron. Well, the guys have swept up the lot and kept the debris cleaned up, and they've organized their Connex. The heavy equipment is inside the building footprint doing their work. All the steel stockpiled, all the trash is stockpiled. The perimeter fencing looks good, and the moment of boredom sits in. 2 or 3 guys there, they'll start having a conversation. One's supposed to be spotting the equipment that's working inside there, and the other 2 are for opening the gate and letting trucks in. And before you know it, there's a truck out there on the road, and there's a vision all the way to the front gate, straight line, and they never know the truck is there until they hear his air brakes. So then they have to hustle up, snap themselves out of their um, out of what they're doing and open the gate, and then they're in a rush, kind of, and so they're going from a moment of relaxed conversation to a moment of intensity, and in that transition, uh, there's uh, there's a change of mindset which could allow for some hazards, unforeseen hazards to open up, or they won't see them, and somebody could get hurt. So it's difficult, and I don't have any good, really any good recommendations other than to stay diligent, and when you're gathered gathered together, you could be like, excuse me, boys, girls. It could be, the conversation could be like, what do we need to do better to secure this perimeter fence, the wind screens, the wattles? What can we do better? Let's check the fire extinguishers. Let's check the fuel level in the diesel tanks. Let's clean up around the diesel tank. Let's organize. There's little things you can do to keep your feet moving and your mind focused, and that's what we need to do. It really keeps you in a watch duties don't prevent accidents by being president. President. Watch duties don't prevent accidents by being present. They prevent accidents by being alert. So it's a tough guy. It's a tough job, and it takes a tough guy. So stay with it. Stay focused. Keep yourself moving in some direction all the time. And it looks like my stream is stuttering again. I'm hooked up to the old hotel. Man, now that I'm away and on somebody else's internet, makes me appreciate Elon a whole lot better when I'm at home on the Starlink. Yeah, I get some stuttering there too, but it seems to be more prevalent when I'm on a wired string. But anyway, looks like it's kind of freezing up. Today we also want to talk about the job site challenge, and we've been talking about a little bit how to break the autopilot, and this is that complacency thing. Catch yourself before complacency does. Challenge the crew to rotate positions when possible. Check in on spotters and fire watching. I'm out there on the job site in the field most of the day. I'm standing around, walking around, talking to the guys, and just by doing that, keeping myself engaged and engaged with them, it keeps them engaged, and it helps them, have somebody do this and you go do something. We got a chain of command, and so we rotate watch when possible. Say the guy who's in charge of, say, fence maintenance, have him swap out and spot for trucks coming in to load. Just rotate those tasks. And as a supervisor, and this is what I do, is I'll check in on the spotters and the fire watch. And if you see a distraction, call it out respectively. If you see 2 or 3 guys trying to interact and break the boredom, engage with them for a little while and ask them what their responsibilities are, and then talk to them about how critical that boring job really is, how important it is. Oh man, I completely broke. I don't know what happened. There I am. Man, this streaming is. Now I got strong winds coming in this week, so it may be breaking up. Maybe having. There it goes again. Looks like the stream key has gone out on me. Let's see. I'm trying to reconnect here. I'm out. What in the heck has happened? There it is. Oh man. Open widget. Let's see. Error. Well, we're going to move along even if it does die out. Maybe it'll snap in here and give us, yeah, dropped frames. I'm dropping them like crazy. Not enough video to maintain streaming. Will experience some kind of error. Anyway, I'm going to keep rocking and rolling. Treat these boring jobs like critical safety positions because they are. Confidence is good. Complacency is expensive. All right. Why'd the spider bring coffee to work? Because nothing keeps you safe. Well, are we back? Totally lost the stream. There we go. I lost the stream there for a while. I'm not sure what happened. Like I said, I'm in a strange town and working off of borrowed Wi-Fi here at the old hotel in Hereford, Texas, and it gave way a minute ago, and I'm trying to get it back up. You know, quiet don't mean safe. It just means you hadn't been tested yet. All right. How's everybody doing this morning? I'm half awake. It's local time. It's 5:30 Eastern and 4:30 Central. Hell, I'm almost in mountain time. I'm about 40 miles from mountain time, then I'd be 2 hours behind. And I'm trying to maintain my Eastern Standard Time schedule. You know, getting up at 3:30 local, which maintains my 4:30 Eastern Time standard. And anyway, we're out here in Hereford, Texas. Hereford, Texas. Hereford. I first got here, I had to ask old boy. I says, "Is this Hereford, Texas? Hereford, Texas?" And he goes, "You're in Hereford, Texas, sir." I said, "Thank you." Anyway, it's a quaint little town. It's spread out now. You know, back home in the mountains, town is clustered in some kind of valley, any kind of low, flat place, you know, amongst the mountains, along a highway or something. Everything's crowded into that flat space. Well, here, it's all flat. So town is spread out. It could be small, you know, And back home, we got an Ingles. All the grocery stores here, well, they got a Walmart. Everybody's got a daggum Walmart. And, now I go to Walmart just for the convenience. I know that they'll have most of what I want. But I've been to a couple of the local grocery stores and visited with them, and they have a nice selection. Not complaining, and they're probably a little cheaper than the Walmart. Um, I normally complain about Walmart. Why I want to walk a mile to buy a bottle of aspirin, but here being out of town, I guess I'm grateful for old Wally World. They I just walk in and spend an hour. When you're working 6 days a week, you got one day off. And yesterday, my day comprised of getting up at my regular 4:30 Eastern, 3:30 Central Time, and uploading last week's videos and scripting this week's videos, scripting this show, uh, and then recording the videos for this week, and I'll edit them throughout the week. I'll get up early in the morning and do a little bit of editing. That'll take me, I don't know, a couple hours each morning for a couple, 3 mornings. And then I didn't do laundry yesterday. I had enough clothes to get me through. Well, get me through today. I'll come in this evening, take a shower, and have a stack of dirty clothes to take to the. And I don't even wash them. It's more expensive. I think it cost me about $7 a day, or $7 a set of clothes last time I did it. And but man, to wash clothes, spend 2 or 3 hours washing clothes when I can drop them off and some kind lady will wash them and fold them for me. I find it worthwhile on this trip. I don't like. I need to give my wife a raise now that I know how much it costs to do clothes. But I pay for the power and the detergent and all that. So who knows? But anyway, I am here in Hereford, Texas. Anyway, quiet doesn't mean safe. It just means you haven't been tested yet. All right. Um, we had some. It was a real nice. One of poor guy. One of the guys. One of the crew members was talking to the corporate PE who we're working for, and he says, "Hey man, do you know where I can get some good tamales?" And uh, the project engineer says, "Yeah, my mom makes the best tamales." And so we had a particular tricky part of the project this weekend and Saturday, and we got it done successfully. We got it done in a timely basis, and he says, I'll bring y'all tamales on Saturday," and he did. And we finished up, at noon and walked across the way there to the real fancy corporate little kitchenette. And boy, those were I ate 3 tamales. Oh my God. And they were good too. The masa was good. And he had 3 different types. He had, no, 4. He had chicken and cheese. He had jalapeno and cheese. He had red spicy pork. And I think just plain cheese tamale. But anyway, and I they were wrapped in the corn husk, and they were homemade. It's I've seen the process they have to go through. And even if you're an expert tamale maker, I would imagine it took his mom several hours to cook those and provide for us. And the guy who brought it up, he was sick. He didn't even make it into work that day. That's another thing. If you got a small crew and two guys get sick, a lot of speculation on that. I'm not going to go into it. You know how construction workers are. But you get two guys sicking out, that makes for a light crew. Makes it feel like you ain't got enough. It's that way. But that's the way it shook out. And but anyway, we had tamales and the old attaboys and the pats on the back. Good job. Appreciate you being here. We appreciate the opportunity. It was an opportunity for us to gather together and form bonds and relationships that hopefully will increase future business opportunities on both sides of the fence. But that was part of the program this past weekend. It was real nice gathering with those guys and enjoying those homemade tamales. Excuse me while I adjust this microphone. I'm on in a hotel room actually. I just got a green screen behind me, so trying to add some. I lost connection again. Boy, I tell you what, I'm having a rough time this morning. I know we're disconnected. There we go. Back on poor. Man, they got me throttled. I should have put on my phone. I'd have probably had a better results on the 5G. I may have to try that next time. Anyway, we're going to struggle along. I'm enjoying being here. I got a question. Someone asked me how to keep people engaged on the watch duties. Make it a position of respect, not punishment. Explain why it matters. Check in on them. Rotate when you can. Another comment said that the best watchmen are the ones who take it personally. And they're exactly right. I tell you, I'm going to take this on my own messages. I scripted this show yesterday, and I'm sure going to take it to my job site this morning and incorporate it into my safety meeting. And included into my safety meeting this morning. That's exactly what's going to happen. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm glad you guys could be with me this morning and help me sharpen up and prepare myself for what I've got to do today. And I got to get up straight. Oh man, I'll tell you what, I miss being home. I've been here in Hereford for, let's see, I arrived on the first day of February, so I've been away from home for 18 days. 18 days on the road. 18 days on the road. I need to write a country music song about that, don't I? Speaking of songs, let me see if I can get something else. I'm going to flip through here. Probably going to agitate y'all a little bit with that clicking noise, but I just want to here's something different. Here's a holler hard. And this is a little song I wrote. And got some AI helping me out with the musical. It's called Hard Holler Living. I do another live stream for my local community called Raven County Rag, where we get together and talk about things. And this is one of the intro songs that I play, and it talks about hard Appalachian life. Now it's not like it used to be. Some places are, but
crack like the winter mud, counting jars, but the shells look thin. Hard Appalachian life, it cuts and it carves every rib, every road, every rusted out car. We get up, fall down, then we get up twice, scratching out a living in this hard Appalachian life. Cold dust beat in my granddad's car. His stories hang in the kitchen smoke. Lightning took the oak, we burned it slow, warm for a night, then the cold came back. Hard Appalachian life, it cuts and it carves every rib, every road, every rusted out car. We get up, fall down, then we get up twice, scratching out a living in this hard Appalachian life. They pass down names and patchwork quilts and unpaid bills and unbent wheel. This fears, this rock, this blood, this fight. Hard Appalachian life. Hard Appalachian life.
anyway, that's just something. Sorry for the clicking. There we go. Off the connection again. I wonder if I could do this through Bluetooth. I don't know. I'm just glad y'all here with me this morning. Just think I'd be sitting on the edge of the bed thinking of scrolling videos or whatever. If I didn't entertain myself, I don't know who would. Anyway, I appreciate y'all being here with me this morning. I'm just trying to find some entertainment. So look at that. The darn stream is slow. All right, here we are. Here's some tips about staying mentally engaged. Set a scan pattern. from left to right, near to far, left, right, near, far, and work that. Mentally narrate what you're seeing. Identify escape routes. If you change position, uh, what's your new escape route? Agree on hand signals and call outs. When you work with a crew long enough, that stuff kind of naturally comes out. Take short, planned relief breaks when possible. Focus is a skill, and skills can be trained. So exercise that. If you change your position, know where you're going to run to. If you change position, talk to the other guy or lady who's taking your place and tell them how you plan out what you're doing, what your responsibilities are, and work with each other and make sure that you're on the same page. And as you do enough swapping out, you'll continue to train in the overall aspects of the job. It's a continuous thing. I know boredom, it's tough. I have to catch myself. I'll walk the field or do a report, and I'll come into the office to sit down at the computer, and all of a sudden I get tempted to just sit there and chill out. I pull out my phone and start seeing if anybody sent me any messages. Check my phone messages. Nothing but scam callers anymore, man. But I have to go, okay, you got to get up and get out of here. And back into the field I go, doing my routine. So I know the struggle. I understand it. Everybody does. Unless you're like a machine operator or a truck driver, where you're constantly engaged. You have to keep yourself engaged to maintain that focus. But anyway, moving on, we're getting close. It is 5:44 in the morning. We've been at this for 44 minutes. I have some trade wisdom quotes for you. It's not the hard days that get you. It's the easy one that you stop respecting. Routine work is where attention fades and injuries sneak in. And that is so true. If you're engaged, you're mentally alert. And then when you break engagement because of a dull moment, and that's one thing we do as on this company I'm working with, and I like it, is that they have a post lunch engagement. That means everybody on the crew gathers back together and just covers what's going on the job, what we got left for the rest of the day, and refresh everybody on what their responsibility is, and gets everybody back into the game. And it's an established procedure, and that procedure has a purpose, and that purpose is to resharpen what's going on. So I'm so glad we had this meeting with each other today. Gives me information to go to work with. It's almost 6 o'clock. No, 5 o'clock local. I've still got another hour. I'll be ready to get off of this. Not leave you guys, but get off of this and do a couple of I got to pack up my computer, break down the studio, cut off all the lights, and changed the title screen for the replay. I got, shut down of a live stream. This 1 hour live stream, for whatever reason, call it what level of professionalism you want to call it, but it normally takes me, I'm at it at least hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. So if I'm live for an hour, I still have additional work that I need to get done prior to and post production. But I enjoy it. I'm learning a new skill set. I recommend anybody who feels passionate about something to start a YouTube channel. I'm grateful for YouTube. I mean, I had to put a lot of, I put some money into the cameras, into the lighting, and of course, everybody's got a computer. Well, people are getting away from it. I don't know. I'm old school, I reckon. I think I need a computer. It's got a bigger screen. I can do things better. But anyway, there's some work involved in it. And I enjoy it. I enjoy the learning process, learning video skill sets and the lighting, and trying to maintain eye contact with you guys while I talk. So it's a good skill set. Improves, I think, everything I do in life is, from planning and forethought and action and performing, learning new stuff. It's a good process, and I'm happy that I do it. And I appreciate YouTube allowing me a platform to express myself and increase my skill sets while hopefully engaging people and being safe, timely, and efficient in the construction industry. And my device, again, has gone to sleep. Let me wake that back up. I wonder if it's safe, timely, and efficient that did it. I got to go in. This camera has got, it's got some language where you can say certain things and it'll do certain things, and I've been meaning to turn it off, and I don't guess I have. I forget to do it until I'm in the middle of the live stream, and it misinterprets something I say. It says and automatically cuts off on supposedly receiving a command. But anyway, here we go. This upcoming week on the channel, last week, the one I just published yesterday was that's where it went, Dave. There's also a lag from when I broadcast to when YouTube puts it out to you. It's, I don't know, 15, 20 seconds, sometimes a little longer. I don't know. Anyway, this past week we covered, we're in the OSHA 4 electricity, and this week's video was on extension cord roulette, and it talks about extension cord safety, doing a proper inspection, how current flows, and if there's a damaged cord, you can overload them. You can not have GFCI, and it cause a short in a tool, have an electric current pass through the tool instead. Electricity flows, and the tool will use the electricity that it needs to operate at whatever parameter you set it at, and then it returns the unused electricity back down the line. And if there's a break somewhere, if the tool's armature, if a switch goes bad, well, that electricity's still going to flow, and it always wants to flow to ground. And if that ground has been damaged, it's going to use you, the tool user, as a path to ground. And that's why people get electrocuted, burned, uh, shocked, all kinds of things is because of a faulty tool or a faulty ground. Now, the purpose of a ground fault interrupter, that's called GF, it's a ground fault circuit interrupter. GFCI, the purpose of a GFCI is to be at the source of the power. Then you plug your cord into the GFCI between the source and the tool, and it detects in a millisecond, not a micro, but a millisecond, when there's a fault, and it'll cut that switch to prevent that current from flowing through your body and hurting you. So that's the importance of a GFCI. But anyway, that's what we talked about on the other channel, and you'll see it listed right there. Toolbox safety videos. I looked the other day, and there's 212 safety videos I've done over the years. I was like, whoa, I didn't realize I had made that many. I think I've got 650 or 60 subscribers. And it's just 5 to 7 minute videos on various safety topics. If you have a job and you need a source for toolbox topics, you could go watch me present toolbox topics, and all of the videos I include the script in the comments, so that if you need a script, well, you can cut and paste that script and print it out and watch the video to give you on some presentation ideas, and present it to your crew as part of the required OSHA continuous training. As long as you have a sign-in sheet. You got to have a sign-in sheet, and you reference the material. I clip it to the back of it, or you could, even if you were doing formal training, even on the job sites, you could play the video and have a sign-in sheet and reference the video, the channel, the date, and what the video is about, and that becomes a part of the permanent record that proves that you're performing the requirements under the OSHA Act, that you're doing continuous safety training. So that's what we've got on the week, this week on the channel. Is extension cord safety. It's inspection. Inspect your cords, inspect your tools, inspect your plugs, make sure they've got all 3 prongs of the ground pin included, unless you've got a double insulated tool, And then you wouldn't necessarily need to, well, you just need to verify that it is a double insulating. Anyway, it's time, believe it or not. It's creeped up on us all of a sudden that time to start concluding the live stream this morning. And I apologize for all the bad connections. It's beyond my control. I do the best I can, and I understand that there's a few blank spots, maybe the old spinny thing, the buffering wheel, or whatever you want to call it. But I'm grateful for the people who stay sharp when the job gets quiet, and who don't let confidence turn into complacency, and don't let routine turn into risk. And don't forget, someone's counting on you to be paying attention. Stay safe, timely, and efficient. And the most important thing is I want you to have a grateful day. Have a grateful week. And we'll see you next time. And Bubba is out.